Welcome back to our channel, coin enthusiasts. Today we are diving into the fascinating world of Lincoln pennies. These little pieces of history have captured the hearts of collectors and investors alike. Join us as we explore the top 4 Lincoln pennies, uncovering their history, unique features, and current market values. Let's get started. 1949 wheat penny. The year 1949 was a time of recovery and growth for the United States. The country was adjusting to post-war life, and the economy was booming. Amidst this backdrop, the U.S. Mint continued its production of the iconic Lincoln wheat penny, a staple in American currency since 1909. On the obverse side of the 1949 Lincoln wheat penny, you'll find the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design has remained largely unchanged since its introduction, symbolizing the enduring legacy of the 16th president. The reverse side features 2 wheat ears flanking the denomination 1 cent and the inscription United States of America. This classic design is why these coins are commonly referred to as wheat pennies. The 1949 Lincoln wheat penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The mint mark, located below the date on the obverse side, indicates where the coin was produced. Philadelphia pennies have no mint mark, while Denver and San Francisco pennies are marked with a D and S respectively. Here's a quick look at the mintage numbers for the 1949 Lincoln wheat penny. Philadelphia approximately 217 million. Denver approximately 153 million. San Francisco approximately 64 million. These numbers give us a sense of the coin's availability and potential rarity. The value of a 1949 Lincoln wheat penny varies significantly based on its condition. Coins in good condition might be worth a few cents, while those in mint state or uncirculated condition can fetch higher prices. Factors such as luster, strike quality, and the presence of any errors or unique features also play a crucial role in determining a coin's value. Speaking of errors, keep an eye out for any anomalies on your 1949 wheat pennies. Errors like double dies, repunched mint marks, or off-center strikes can significantly increase a coin's value. These rare finds are often sought after by collectors and can command premium prices. 1924 wheat penny. The 1924 Lincoln wheat penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Let's break down each variant and their unique aspects. The 1924 Philadelphia mint penny, with no mint mark, had a mintage of over 75 million coins. Despite its high mintage, finding one in pristine condition can be a challenge due to circulation wear. The 1924 D, minted in Denver, had a significantly lower mintage of about 2.5 million. These are rarer and more sought after by collectors, especially in higher grades. The 1924 S from San Francisco saw a mintage of around 11 million. Similar to the Denver Mint, higher grade examples are quite valuable due to the lower mintage. Now let's talk about the design. The obverse features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse showcases 2 wheat ears, hence the name wheat penny and the words 1 cent in United States of America. Brenner's initials, VDB, can be found on some of the earlier 1909 issues, but not on the 1924 versions. The initial question, what's the value of a 1920, but in a much smaller font? The value varies significantly based on the mint and the coin's condition. For the 1924 Philadelphia mint penny, values range from around 50 cents in good condition to about $30 in mint state. The 1924 D can fetch between $20 in good condition to over $1,000 in mint state. Finally, the 1924 S ranges from $1 in good condition to several $100s in mint state. 1928 wheat penny. The 1928 Lincoln wheat penny is a remarkable piece of American numismatic history. Minted during a period of economic prosperity, just before the onset of the Great Depression, this coin holds a unique place in the timeline of U.S. coinage. A. The Lincoln wheat penny series, designed by Victor David Brenner, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The 1928 penny continued the tradition with its iconic design, featuring Let's take a closer look on the obverse and 2 wheat stalks on the reverse. On the obverse, we have the enduring image of President Abraham Lincoln, along with the inscriptions "In God We Trust, Liberty" and the year 1928. Brenner's initials, VDB, can be seen on the shoulder of Lincoln's bust. On the reverse, the wheat ears flank the inscriptions 1 cent in United States of America with the Latin motto "E pluribus unum" above. This classic design was used from 1909 to 1958, and remains a favorite among collectors. In 1928, these pennies were minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia no mint mark, Denver D mint mark, and San Francisco S mint mark. The Philadelphia mint produced the most, with over 134 million coins, while the Denver and San Francisco mints produced significantly fewer, making the D and S mint mark coins more sought after by collectors. 1944 wheat penny. The 1944 Lincoln wheat penny has a rich history tied to the events of World War II. In 1943, the U.S. Mint temporarily switched from copper to zinc-coated steel for penny production due to copper shortages during the war. However, in 1944, the mint returned to using copper, specifically recycled shell casings from the war effort. This resulted in the 1944 penny being composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc. This decision not only marked the end of the steel penny, but also symbolized the country's resilience and ability to adapt during a time of global conflict. Today, these pennies are cherished not just for their historical significance, but also for their unique story. The 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia Mint produced the most coins with no mint mark, while the Denver and San Francisco mints produced pennies marked with a D and S respectively. While most 1944 pennies are common, some varieties are rarer and can be worth more. For example, look out for the 1944 D over S error, where the Denver mint mark was accidentally struck over an existing San Francisco mint mark. These rare varieties are highly sought after by collectors. Now let's talk about value. The 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny is relatively common, but its value can vary greatly depending on its condition and rarity. Here's a breakdown of what you can expect. Good condition: typically a 1944 penny in good condition is worth around 5 to 10 cents. Fine to very fine condition in these grades, the value increases to around 25 cents to $1. Extremely fine condition here, you might see values ranging from $1 to $3. In circulated condition, if you have a 1944 penny in uncirculated condition, it could be worth anywhere from $5 to $15 or more, depending on the mint mark and overall quality. For the rare 1944 D over S variety, values can skyrocket, with some examples fetching hundreds of dollars depending on the grade. 1945 Wheat Penny. The 1945 Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted during a pivotal time in American history right at the tail end of World War II. With resources tight and the nation focused on the war effort, copper, which was typically used in these pennies, was in high demand. However, unlike the steel pennies minted in 1943 due to copper shortages, the 1945 pennies were made from the traditional 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc alloy. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series was introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Victor D. Brenner's iconic design features Lincoln's profile on the obverse, which was the first time a U.S. coin featured a real person's likeness. On the reverse, you'll find the classic wheat ears that gave this penny its nickname. The wheat ears on the reverse symbolize America's agricultural strength and prosperity during a time when the nation was recovering from the Great Depression and enduring the trials of World War II. In 1945, the Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Over 1 billion pennies were produced that year, making it one of the more common issues in the series. The mint marks can be found just below the date on the obverse side. Pennies minted in Philadelphia have no mint mark. Those from Denver are marked with a D, and San Francisco pennies carry an S. While the 1945 Lincoln Wheat Penny is generally common, certain varieties and errors can make these coins more valuable. For example, look out for any doubling on the date or letters, known as a double die error. Off-center strikes or repunched mint marks are also sought after by collectors and can increase the value significantly. 1946 Wheat Penny. The 1946 Lincoln Wheat Penny holds a special place in U.S. history. It was minted just after World War II, a time of significant change and optimism for the country. The war had ended in 1945, and by 1946, the U.S. was transitioning back to a peacetime economy. This penny was a symbol of hope and renewal. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series itself began in 1909, designed by Victor David Brenner to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The wheat ears on the reverse side were meant to symbolize growth and prosperity, themes that were particularly relevant in the post-war era of 1946. Now let's take a closer look at the design. The obverse or front side of the 1946 Lincoln Wheat Penny features the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln. His bust faces right with the words "In God We Trust" arching above his head. To his left, you'll find the word liberty, and to his right, the date 1946. The reverse side showcases the 2 wheat ears flanking the words 1 cent above. The phrase United States of America is boldly inscribed. Just below the country's name, you'll see the Latin phrase e pluribus unum, which means out of many one. The 1946 Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted in 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Most of these pennies were struck in Philadelphia, which means they have no mint mark. If you come across one with a D under the date, it was minted in Denver, and an S indicates it was minted in San Francisco. In terms of rarity, the Philadelphia Mint produced the most, with over 991 million pennies, making them the most common. Denver minted about 315 million, while San Francisco produced the fewest, with around 198 million. While the 1946 penny isn't particularly rare, its value can vary based on its condition and mint mark. Now let's talk about value, what everyone is eager to know. The value of a 1946 Lincoln wheat penny can range from just a few cents to several dollars depending on its condition and mint mark. Circulated condition. In a well-circulated condition, these pennies are quite common and typically worth between 3 to 10 cents. Uncirculated condition. If you have an uncirculated or mint state coin, the value increases. A mint state 1946 penny can fetch anywhere from $5 to $10 or more. Key factors that increase the value include strong luster, minimal wear, and a clear strike. Coins with the S mint mark from San Francisco, especially in higher grades, tend to be more valuable. 1951 wheat penny. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series is one of the most iconic in U.S. coinage, minted from 1909 to 1958. The 1951 Lincoln Wheat Penny holds a unique place in this series. But before we dive into its value, let's take a quick look at the historical context of this coin. The year 1951 was part of the post-World War II era, a time of economic growth and social change in the United States. Coins like the 1951 Lincoln Wheat Penny were common in circulation, used in everyday transactions as the American economy continued to boom. This penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia Mint struck the majority of these coins, while Denver and San Francisco mints produced smaller quantities. Now let's examine the coin itself. The obverse side of the 1951 Lincoln Wheat Penny features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner. You'll notice the words "In God We Trust" arching above Lincoln's head, with liberty on the left side and the year 1951 on the right. Flip into the reverse side, we see 2 wheat stalks, one on each side, framing the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America below. This is the motto E Pluribus Unum. This design has earned the penny its nickname, the Wheat Penny. Now, the moment you've been waiting for: how much is your 1951 Lincoln Wheat Penny worth today? The value of this coin depends on several factors, including its condition, mint mark, and rarity. In general, circulated 1951 pennies from the Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, are valued at around 3 to 10 cents, depending on their condition. Uncirculated examples can range from $1 to $5. If your penny has a D mint mark from Denver or an S mint mark from San Francisco, you're looking at a similar value range. 1944 Wheat Penny. Ed by Victor David Brenner. What makes the 1944 penny particularly fascinating is its role during World War II and the significant changes in its production. During World War II, the United States faced a shortage of copper, which was needed for the war effort. As a result, the mint transitioned from using copper to a different material for the Lincoln penny, steel-coated with zinc, in 1943. But by 1944, copper was available again and the mint resumed using it. The 1944 Lincoln penny was struck using the copper that was originally slated for shell casings, which gives it an interesting backstory. It was minted in 3 different locations: Philadelphia no mint mark, Denver D mint mark, and San Francisco S mint mark. Each mint produced a different quantity of these coins. Let's talk design. The obverse features Abraham Lincoln, a tribute to the 16th President of the United States. The reverse showcases the wheat sheaves, which give the coin its nickname, the Wheat Penny. This design remained unchanged from 1909 until 1958. Remember to check for the mint mark on the reverse side of the coin just below the 1 cent inscription. The mint mark indicates where the coin was minted. If you have a 1944 penny with no mint mark, it was minted in Philadelphia. A D means it was minted in Denver, and an S stands for San Francisco. Now on to the most exciting part: value. The 1944 Lincoln penny is relatively common compared to some other vintage coins, but its value can vary based on condition and mint mark. 1944, no mint mark, typically worth between $0.30 to $1 in average condition. In high-grade, uncirculated condition, it can fetch up to $20 or more. 1944 D. This variety is slightly more common in value, between $0.30 to $2, with higher grades reaching up to $15. 1944 S. The San Francisco minted pennies are somewhat rarer, and their value ranges from $0.50 to $3, with uncirculated examples reaching up to $30. To get a precise value for your 1944 penny, you should consider its condition. Coins are graded from poor P1 to mint state MS70, with higher grades commanding higher prices. A professional coin grading service can provide an accurate assessment if you have a particularly valuable coin. 1958 Wheat Penny. The 1958 Lincoln Wheat Penny is a significant coin in U.S. history, as it was the last year the Lincoln Wheat Penny design was minted. The Lincoln Wheat Penny, also known simply as the Wheat Penny, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this penny features Lincoln's profile on the obverse and 2 wheat stalks on the reverse, symbolizing America's agricultural heritage. By 1958, the Lincoln Wheat Penny had been in circulation for nearly 50 years, and its design was about to be replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959. The 1958 penny therefore represents the final chapter in the long and storied history of the wheat penny series. Let's talk about the minting details. The 1958 Lincoln wheat penny was minted in two locations, Philadelphia and Denver. If you look closely at your 1958 penny, you might notice a small demint mark under the date. This indicates that the coin was minted in Denver. If there's no mint mark, then it was minted in Philadelphia. The Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 252 million of these coins, while the Denver Mint struck around 800 million. That's a combined total of over 1 billion pennies. Given the high mintage, the 1958 wheat penny isn't rare, but it does have some interesting aspects to consider when determining its value. So, what's a 1958 Lincoln wheat penny worth today? The value of this coin varies based on its condition and mint mark. In circulated condition, most 1958 pennies are worth about 3 to 10 cents. However, if you have a coin in uncirculated condition with a grade of MS65 or higher, it could be worth $10 to $15. The real value comes into play with proof coins or those with rare errors. For instance, a proof 1958 penny, which was struck for collectors rather than for general circulation, can fetch anywhere from $15 to $30. And if you happen to come across a 1958 penny with a rare error, such as a double die, the value could skyrocket into the hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Speaking of errors, one of the most sought-after error coins from 1958 is the double die obverse. This rare error occurs when the die used to strike the coins has been engraved twice, resulting in a noticeable doubling of the design elements, especially in the lettering and date. Only a few of these error coins are known to exist, and they can be incredibly valuable, sometimes selling for tens of thousands of dollars at auction. So if you have a 1958 wheat penny, it's definitely worth giving it a closer look. You never know, you might just have a rare gem hiding in your collection. 1955 wheat penny. The Lincoln wheat penny series began in 1909, commemorating the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The 1955 penny, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, marks one of the final years of the wheat penny's production, which ended in 1958. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin features Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and two wheat ears on the reverse. This coin was produced in significant numbers, but a particular error variety has made it legendary in the world of coin collecting. Let's take a closer look at the key features of the 1955 Lincoln wheat penny. On the obverse, you'll find the familiar bust of Abraham Lincoln facing right. Above his head is the word liberty, and to the right, the year 1955, the motto "In God We Trust" arches above Lincoln's portrait. On the reverse, the design showcases two wheat stalks flanking the words 1 cent. In United States of America, the motto "E pluribus unum" is inscribed at the top. The simplicity of the design and the historical significance of this coin make it a favorite among collectors. What truly sets the 1955 Lincoln wheat penny apart is the famous double die error. This occurs when a coin is struck with a die that has an extra impression, creating a noticeable doubling of the design elements. For the 1955 penny, this doubling is most prominent on the obverse, affecting the date, liberty, and in God We Trust. The doubling is so distinct that it can be seen with the naked eye, making it one of the most sought-after error coins in U.S. Coinage history. The value of a 1955 Lincoln wheat penny can vary significantly depending on its condition and whether it has the double die error. In circulated condition, a regular 1955 penny is worth around 3 to 5 cents. However, a 1955 double die penny can fetch anywhere from a few $100s to several thousand depending on its grade. In mint state, some examples have sold for over $10,000 at auction. Grading is crucial when determining the value of this coin. Coins are graded on a scale from poor P1 to mint state MS70. For the 1955 double die penny, even a lower grade example can be valuable, but higher grades command premium prices. If you're lucky enough to find a 1955 Lincoln wheat penny, especially a double die variety, make sure to handle it with care. Avoid cleaning the coin, as this can significantly reduce its value. It's also a good idea to have it authenticated and graded by a professional grading service. Whether you're looking to sell or add to your collection, knowing the coin's grade can help you understand its true value. 1948 wheat penny. The 1948 Lincoln wheat penny is more than just a small piece of copper. It represents a time in American history marked by post-World War II recovery and optimism. This penny features the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor D. Brenner, and the classic wheat ears on the reverse, symbolizing prosperity and growth. Let's talk about the specifications of this coin. The 1948 Lincoln wheat penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Here's a quick breakdown. Philadelphia, no mint mark, approximately 317.6 million minted. Denver, D mint mark, approximately 172.6 million minted. San Francisco, S mint mark, approximately 81.7 million minted. The coin is made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, weighing 3.11 grams with a diameter of 19 millimeters. When it comes to collecting, certain variations and errors can make a coin particularly valuable. For the 1948 penny, collectors often seek out coins with sharp strikes and well-defined details. While no major errors are widely recognized for this year, always keep an eye out for minor errors like die cracks or repunched mint marks, which can sometimes increase the coin's value. Now let's talk value. The worth of a 1948 Lincoln wheat penny can vary greatly depending on its condition, rarity, and mint mark. Here's a general guide. Good G4 $0.05 $0.100. Fine F12 $0.10 $0.20. Very fine VF2 $0.20 $0.50. Extremely fine EF400 $0.511 uncirculated MS61.00 $10.00 or more. Coins from the San Francisco Mint S mint mark tend to be more sought after, especially in higher grades due to their lower mintage numbers. If you're looking to add a 1948 Lincoln wheat penny to your collection, here are a few tips. Condition is key. Always check the coin's condition and aim for higher grades if possible. Look for mint marks. S&D mint marks can sometimes add to the coin's value. Authenticate and grade. Consider getting your coins authenticated and graded by a reputable service to ensure their value. 1934 wheat penny. The 1934 Lincoln wheat penny is a significant coin in American numismatic history. Following the Great Depression, 1934 marked the beginning of economic recovery for the United States, and this coin serves as a historical artifact from that era. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln wheat penny was first introduced in 1909, commemorating the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The 1934 penny continued the series with its familiar obverse design, featuring Lincoln's profile and the wheat stalks on the reverse. The 1934 Lincoln wheat penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia Mint produced the majority of these coins, which can be identified by the absence of a mint mark. The Denver and San Francisco mints produced fewer coins marked by DNS respectively. In total, over 219 million pennies were struck that year, with Philadelphia contributing the bulk at approximately 219 million, Denver minting around 28 million, and San Francisco minting about 9 million. Now let's talk about the value. The value of a 1934 Lincoln wheat penny can vary significantly based on its condition and rarity. In circulated conditions, most 1934 pennies are relatively common and can be worth around 10 to 50 cents. However, for coins in excellent condition known as uncirculated or mint state, the value can rise substantially. A 1934 penny in mint state can fetch anywhere from $5 to $30 depending on the grade. The rarest and most valuable versions are those with the DNS mint marks in high-grade conditions. A 1934 D in MS65 condition can be worth up to $50, while a 1934 S in similar condition can go up to $75 or more. Collectors should also be on the lookout for key varieties and errors. While there aren't any major known errors for the 1934 Lincoln wheat penny, some collectors seek coins with minor die cracks, double dies, or repunched mint marks. These errors can add a unique aspect to the coin and potentially increase its value. For those looking to add a 1934 Lincoln wheat penny to their collection, here are a few tips. First, always verify the authenticity of the coin, especially when buying online. Look for reputable dealers and consider getting the coin graded by a professional grading service. Additionally, keep an eye out for coins with original luster, minimal wear, and clear details, as these factors can significantly impact the coin's value. That's a wrap on our deep dive into the 1934 Lincoln wheat penny. We hope you found this information helpful and that it sparks your interest in this fascinating piece of history. Established in 1978, the park preserves the historic textile mills and the stories of the people who worked there. This coin was the first release of 2019 and the 46th overall in this series. Now let's take a closer look at the design. The obverse side features the iconic portrait of George Washington, which is a staple on U.S. quarters. This design has been used since 1932, crafted by sculptor John Flanagan. The reverse side, designed by Joel Iskowitz and sculpted by Phoebe Hemphill, showcases a mill girl working at a power loom with the boot mill clock tower in the background. The design beautifully captures the essence of the labor force that powered America's early industries. Here are the coin's specifications. Composition: cupro, nickel-clad 8.33% nickel, balanced copper. Diameter 24.26 m, weight 5.67 grams. Edge reeded. The coin was minted at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. The San Francisco Mint also produced a special proof version for collectors. Now, on to the part we've all been waiting for: the coin's value. The 2019 Lowell State Quarters value can vary based on its condition and mint mark. Circulated coins typically hold their face value of 25 cents, but uncirculated and proof versions can fetch a higher price. Uncirculated condition around $1 to $2. Proof coins $5 to $10 or more, depending on the quality and rarity. Graded coins, high-grade specimens MS67 and above, can range from $10 to $30 or even higher. Ohio 2002 State Quarter. The Ohio State Quarter was released on March 11, 2002, as part of the United States Mint's 50 State Quarters program. It celebrates Ohio as the 17th state admitted to the Union in 1803. The coin's reverse, designed by Thomas D. Rogers SR, features an astronaut, an early aircraft, and the state outline, all set against a star-filled sky. This design honors Ohio's rich aviation and space exploration history, highlighting the state's contributions, including the Wright brothers and astronaut Neil Armstrong. The Ohio State Quarter was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia and Denver mints produced the circulation coins, while the San Francisco Mint produced the proof and silver-proof versions. The mint mark, located to the right of George Washington's portrait on the obverse, indicates the mint location. Collectors often seek out rare varieties and errors that can significantly increase a coin's value. Some Ohio quarters feature double die errors or off-center strikes. Another sought-after variety is the spitting horse error, where a die crack near the horse's mouth gives the appearance of the horse spitting. These unique coins can be worth more depending on the severity and visibility of the error. The value of an Ohio State quarter can vary widely based on its condition, rarity, and whether it's a special variety. Circulated coins are generally worth face value, but uncirculated or proof coins can fetch higher prices. For example, a mint condition Ohio quarter from the Philadelphia or Denver Mint can range from a few dollars to $10 depending on its grade. Silver proof coins, especially in perfect condition, can be worth $15 to $20 or more. Unique error coins, like the spitting horse, can be worth several times more depending on their rarity and desirability among collectors. The Ohio 2002 State Quarter is more than just a piece of pocket change. It's a symbol of Ohio's rich history in aviation and space exploration. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, this coin offers a unique glimpse into American history and the potential for an exciting find. So check your change and see if you have a piece of Ohio's legacy. 1999 Connecticut State. The 1999 Connecticut State Quarter was released on October 12, 1999, as the 5th coin in the 50 State Quarters program. This program, which ran from 1999 to 2008, was created to honor each of the 50 states with a unique quarter design. The Connecticut Quarter is particularly special as it features the iconic Charter Oak, a symbol of American independence and resilience. The Charter Oak holds a significant place in Connecticut's history. According to legend, in 1687, when the British sought to revoke the colony's charter, Captain Joseph Wadsworth hid the document in the hollow of the tree to prevent its confiscation. This act of defiance made the Charter Oak a symbol of freedom and the state's resistance to tyranny. Now let's take a closer look at the coin's design. The reverse of the quarter, designed by T. James Farrell, features a detailed depiction of the Charter Oak. The words "the Charter Oak, Connecticut" in 1788, the year Connecticut joined the Union, are inscribed above the tree. Below, we see the state's name and the year of the coin's release, 1999. Like all the coins in the series, the Connecticut State Quarter was minted at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Coins from the Philadelphia Mint bear the P Mint mark, while those from the Denver Mint feature the D Mint mark. There's also a version minted at the San Francisco Mint with an S Mint mark, but these are proof coins specially made for collectors. Now let's talk about the coin's value. While most circulated Connecticut quarters are worth their face value of 25 cents, uncirculated and proof versions can be worth more. For example, a regular uncirculated coin can fetch between $1 and $3 depending on its condition. However, high-grade coins, especially those graded MS67 or higher, can be worth significantly more, sometimes reaching up to $100 or more. The value of these coins can also be influenced by factors like mint mark, condition, and the presence of any unique errors or variations. For example, a proof coin in perfect condition with a deep cameo contrast can be highly valuable, sometimes exceeding $10. Error coins, such as those with double strikes or die cracks, can also be worth much more to collectors. So if you come across a 1999 Connecticut State Quarter, it's worth taking a closer look. Whether you're holding on to it for sentimental reasons or considering it as an investment, this coin is a beautiful piece of American history. The 1982 20 pence coin marked a significant change in British currency. But what makes this coin special? Let's take a closer look at its history, design, and current value. The 1982 20 pence coin has a diameter of 21.4. It features a unique heptagonal shape with 7 equal sides, making it easily distinguishable by touch. Current rate and value information. As of the latest market trends, the value of a 1982 20 pence coin can vary based on its condition and rarity. Circulated condition: most 1982 20 pence coins found in circulation are worth around their face value of 20 pence. However, coins in better condition may fetch a small premium, typically ranging from PS 0.50 to PS 1. The uncirculated condition coins that have been preserved in mint condition uncirculated can be more valuable. These coins may be worth between PS 1 to PS 3, depending on the coin's quality and any unique features. Error coins. As with many coins, minting errors can increase a coin's value. For example, a misstrike or a double die could make a 1982 20 pence coin more desirable to collectors. These coins can sometimes sell for several pounds depending on the rarity and nature of the error. Collectors value beyond the face value. Collectors may pay a premium for coins in pristine condition or those with unique characteristics. The coin's value can also vary based on demand among collectors and the overall condition of the coin. It's important to note that the value of coins can fluctuate based on market conditions and collector interest. For the most accurate valuation, consulting with a coin dealer or appraiser is recommended. The 1982 20 pence coin was the first in a new denomination introduced in the United Kingdom. It features a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse designed by Arnold Machine. The reverse displays an intricate design of a Tudor rose created by William Gardner, symbolizing England's heritage. This was also the first British coin to feature a heptagonal shape, making it easily distinguishable by touch. The coin's introduction was part of a wider effort to decimalize the UK's currency, simplifying transactions and making life easier for everyone. 1982 was a year of economic challenges in the UK, and the new coin was both a practical and symbolic addition to the country's monetary system. But not all 1982 20 pence coins are created equal. While most are common, there are rare varieties that collectors should keep an eye out for. Some coins might have minor minting errors, which can significantly increase their value. As of now, the value of a 1982 20 pence coin in circulated condition is generally modest, ranging from a few pence to a pound. However, uncirculated coins or those with rare errors can fetch higher prices, sometimes reaching up to several pounds. As always, the coin's condition and rarity play crucial roles in determining its value. So is the 1982 20 pence coin a good investment? While it's not the rarest or most valuable coin out there, it's an excellent piece for beginner collectors. Its historical significance and unique design make it a charming addition to any collection. And there you have it, the 1982 20 pence Elizabeth coin is more than just a piece of metal, it's a snapshot of British history. Whether you're looking to collect or simply appreciate its beauty, this coin has a lot to offer. Thanks for joining us on this numismatic journey. 77 us 1 cent. The 1977 1 cent coin, commonly known as the Lincoln cent, is part of a long-running series that began in 1909. This series was introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth and has since become a staple in American currency. The obverse of the coin features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse showcases the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 to replace the original wheat ears design. This design change marked the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth and has been in circulation ever since. The 1977 Lincoln cent was minted with a composition of 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing 3.11 grams. This composition remained consistent for pennies until 1982, when the U.S. Mint switched to a primarily zinc composition due to rising copper costs. In 1977, these pennies were minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins minted in Philadelphia do not have a mint mark, while those from Denver bear a D mint mark. San Francisco minted proof coins, which are specially made for collectors and are marked with an S. Now let's talk about rarity and collectability. The 1977 penny is not considered rare, as over 4.4 billion were minted across all locations. However, the value can vary depending on the coin's condition. Circulated coins typically have a value close to their face value, especially if they show significant wear. Uncirculated coins or those with minimal wear can be worth more, especially if they have been well preserved. Proof coins minted in San Francisco are more valuable due to their limited production and high-quality finish. These coins are struck multiple times to bring out the fine details, making them highly sought after by collectors. While the standard 1977 penny may not be rare, some errors and varieties can significantly increase a coin's value. Collectors often seek out these unique pieces for their collections. Double die errors occur when the coin is struck more than once, resulting in a noticeable doubling of design elements. Off-center strikes are another error, where the coin's design is not centered on the planchet, creating a unique appearance. 1965 1 cent. The 1965 Lincoln cent holds a special place in American numismatic history. This year marked a critical moment for the U.S. Mint as they transitioned from silver to clad compositions in dimes, quarters, and half dollars. The 1965 penny continued the long-standing design featuring the profile of Abraham Lincoln, created by Victor David Brenner in 1909 in honor of the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The reverse side, featuring the Lincoln Memorial, was introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The 1965 1 cent coin was struck with a composition of 95% copper and 5% zinc, with a weight of 3.11 grams. Notably, the 1965 penny does not feature any mint marks. This was a deliberate decision by the U.S. Mint during 1965 to 1967 to eliminate mint marks on all coins in response to a nationwide coin shortage. The absence of mint marks was meant to discourage hoarding by collectors and ensure an adequate supply of coins for public circulation. With over 3.1 billion 1965 pennies minted, these coins are not considered rare. However, their value can vary based on condition. Circulated coins are generally worth only face value, as they are quite common. Uncirculated coins or those in mint state condition can fetch a higher price, often ranging from a few cents to a couple of dollars. Special mint set SMS coins were produced instead of traditional proof coins. These sets include coins with a satin-like finish and were sold to collectors. An SMS penny in pristine condition can be valued higher due to its unique finish and limited production. Although the 1965 penny is not rare, certain errors and varieties can significantly increase a coin's value. Double die errors can occur if the die used to strike the coin is misaligned or used twice, causing a noticeable doubling of the design. Off-center strikes are another type of error, where the coin's design is not centered, resulting in a unique appearance. Collectors often seek these error coins for their uniqueness, and they can command higher prices depending on the error's prominence and condition. In general, the market value of a 1965 Lincoln cent in circulated condition is close to its face value. However, uncirculated NSMS coins can be worth more, especially if they are well preserved and display no signs of wear. Error coins, depending on the type and visibility of the error, can also be more valuable. 1981 cent. The 1980 Lincoln cent is a part of the long-standing series that began in 1909, commemorating the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The obverse features the iconic portrait of Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, while the reverse displays the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 to honor the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The Lincoln Memorial design was used on pennies from 1959 to 2008, making it a familiar sight for many Americans. In 1980, the Lincoln cent was composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing 3.11 grams. This copper composition was standard until 1982, when the U.S. Mint transitioned to a predominantly zinc composition due to rising copper prices. The 1980 penny was minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D Mint Mark, and San Francisco S Mint Mark. The Philadelphia and Denver mints produced the regular circulation coins, while the San Francisco mint struck proof coins specifically for collectors. The 1980 penny is not considered rare, as billions were minted across all locations. However, the value of these coins can vary depending on their condition. Circulated coins are typically worth their face value as they are quite common. Uncirculated coins, or those in mint state condition, can be more valuable. These coins, if well preserved, can range from a few cents to a few dollars depending on their grade. Proof coins from San Francisco with their mirror-like finish and higher strike quality are highly sought after by collectors. These coins can be worth a few dollars or more, especially in high grades. While the 1980 penny is generally common, certain errors and varieties can make specific coins more valuable. Collectors often seek these out for their uniqueness. Double die errors occur when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, resulting in noticeable doubling of design elements. Off-center strikes happen when the coin's design is not perfectly centered on the planchet, creating a unique and sometimes highly collectible appearance. These error coins can be worth significantly more than their regular counterparts, depending on the error's nature and visibility. 1974 1 cent. The 1974 Lincoln cent is part of a beloved series that began in 1909, celebrating the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The obverse features the iconic portrait of Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, while the reverse showcases the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The 1974 penny is notable not only for its design but also for the experimental aluminum cents struck this year. Due to rising copper prices, the U.S. Mint experimented with aluminum coins to reduce costs. However, these aluminum cents were never released into circulation and remain an intriguing part of numismatic history. The 1974 1 cent coin was struck with a composition of 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing 3.11 grams. This composition was standard for pennies until 1982, when the U.S. Mint switched to a predominantly zinc composition. In 1974, pennies were minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D Mint Mark, and San Francisco S Mint Mark. The Philadelphia and Denver mints produced the circulation coins, while the San Francisco Mint produced proof coins for collectors. With billions of 1974 pennies minted across all locations, these coins are not considered rare. However, their value can vary based on condition and specific characteristics. Circulated coins generally hold only face value, as they are common in everyday use. Uncirculated coins, or those in mint state condition, can be worth more, particularly if they are well preserved and free of wear. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint, with their mirror-like finish and higher quality strike, are especially sought after by collectors. These coins can be valued higher, especially in pristine condition. 1968 1 cent. The 1968 Lincoln cent is part of a long-standing series that began in 1909, commemorating the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The obverse features the iconic portrait of Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse showcases the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The year 1968 was notable for the U.S. Mint, as it marked the return of mint marks on coins after a 3-year hiatus from 1965 to 1967, during which no coins bore mint marks to discourage hoarding. The 1968 Lincoln cent was struck with a composition of 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing 3.11 grams. This copper composition was standard until 1982, when the U.S. Mint transitioned to a predominantly zinc composition. In 1968, pennies were minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia no mint mark, Denver D mint mark, and San Francisco S mint mark. Philadelphia and Denver produced circulation coins, while San Francisco produced both circulation coins and proof coins. With hundreds of millions of 1968 pennies minted across all locations, these coins are generally common. However, the value can vary based on condition and specific characteristics. Circulated coins are typically worth their face value, as they are common in everyday use. Uncirculated coins, or those in mint state condition, can be worth more, especially if well preserved. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint are particularly sought after by collectors due to their mirror-like finish and high strike quality. These can fetch higher prices, especially in pristine condition. While the 1968 penny is generally common, certain errors and varieties can make specific coins more valuable. Collectors often seek these out for their uniqueness. Double die errors occur when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, resulting in noticeable doubling of design elements. Off-center strikes happen when the coin's design is not perfectly centered on the planchet, creating a unique and sometimes 1979 Canada coin. The 1979 coins are part of a rich tradition of Canadian currency. By this time, the designs were well established, reflecting Canada's heritage and culture. For instance, the 1-cent coin features the iconic maple leaf, which has been a symbol of Canada since the early 1800s. The 1-cent coin, also known as the penny, was produced in large quantities in 1979. It's made of bronze with a composition of 98% copper, 0.5% tin, and 1.5% zinc. The obverse features the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machine, which was used from 1965 to 1989. Let's talk about the design details. The reverse of the penny, designed by G.E. Kruger Gray, showcases 2 maple leaves on a twig. This design was first introduced in 1937 and remained in use until the penny was discontinued in 2012. Moving on to the 5-cent coin, or the nickel. In 1979, this coin was composed of 100% nickel. The reverse design, by Thomas Shingles, features a beaver sitting on a rock, a symbol of Canada's fur trade history. Now, let's get to what many of you are most interested in: the value of these coins. The value of a 1979 Canadian coin varies depending on its condition, rarity, and demand among collectors. For instance, a 1979 1-cent coin in average circulated condition might be worth just a few cents. However, if you have a coin in uncirculated or mint condition, it could be worth more. High-grade pennies, especially those graded MS65 or higher, can fetch higher prices among collectors. The 5-cent coin follows a similar pattern. In circulated condition, it's typically worth face value, but in uncirculated condition, it could be worth several dollars. Proof versions of these coins, which were specially made for collectors, are even more valuable. Keep an eye out for any errors or variations, as these can significantly increase a coin's value. For example, misstrikes, double dies, or coins with unique toning are highly sought after by collectors. Error coins from 1979 can be quite valuable. If you come across a coin with any unusual features, it's worth getting it appraised by a professional. 2010 Canada coin. The 2010 25-cent Canada coin is part of a long tradition of Canadian quarter production, which began in 1870. The Royal Canadian Mint, established in 1908, has been responsible for minting these iconic coins. In 2010, several variations of the 25-cent coin were released, including commemorative editions celebrating different aspects of Canadian culture and history. Let's take a closer look at the design of the 2010 25-cent coin. The obverse features the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Susanna Blunt. This portrait has been used on Canadian coins since 2003 and is known for its dignified and modern representation of the Queen. The reverse side of the standard 2010 25-cent coin showcases the iconic caribou, a design that has been in use since 1937. The caribou symbolizes the rich wildlife and natural beauty of Canada. For commemorative editions, the reverse design varies, often highlighting significant events or themes relevant to Canadian heritage. In 2010, the Royal Canadian Mint released several commemorative 25-cent coins. These include the Centennial of the Canadian Navy coin, featuring a detailed image of a naval ship, and the Canadian Forces coin, which honors the contributions of the military. Each commemorative coin tells a unique story and adds a special touch to any collection. The 2010 25-cent coin is made of nickel-plated steel, giving it a bright, durable finish. It has a diameter of 23.88 millimeters and a weight of 4.4 grams. These specifications are consistent with modern Canadian quarters, ensuring they remain practical for everyday use while retaining their collectible appeal. Now let's talk about value. The value of a 2010 25-cent Canada coin can vary based on its condition, rarity, and whether it's a standard or commemorative edition. Circulated coins typically hold their face value, while uncirculated or mint condition coins can be worth more. Commemorative editions, especially those in pristine condition, can fetch higher prices among collectors. 2004 Canada 25 cents coin. The 2004 Canada 25 cents coin, also known as a quarter, is a significant piece in Canadian numismatics. Issued during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, this coin is part of the long-standing tradition of Canadian quarters that began in 1870. The year 2004 marked the continuation of this legacy with a coin that embodies Canadian pride and heritage. Let's break down the specifications of this coin. The 2004 Canada 25 cents coin features the following: the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by artist Susanna Blunt, which has been used on Canadian coinage since 2003. Reverse the traditional caribou design, a symbol of Canada, created by artist Emmanuel Hahn. Composition: the coin is made of nickel-plated steel. Weight: 4.4 grams. Diameter: 23.88 m. Edge milled reeded. This combination of materials and design makes the 2004 quarter both durable and aesthetically pleasing. Addition to the standard issue, 2004 saw the release of several special edition quarters. These included commemorative designs celebrating significant events and anniversaries in Canadian history. One notable example is the 2004 Poppy Quarter, which was the world's first colored circulation coin, featuring a red poppy on the reverse to honor Canada's veterans. Now let's talk about the value and rarity of the 2004 Canada 25 cents coin. The value of these coins can vary based on their condition, rarity, and whether they are part of a special edition. Here's a general guide. Circulated condition $0.25, uncirculated condition MS61.005.00. Special edition quarters $5.00, $20.00 or more, depending on rarity and demand. Coins in mint condition or with unique features, such as the colored poppy quarter, can fetch higher prices among collectors. 2011 Canada 25 cents coin. The 2011 Canada 25 cents coin, also known as a quarter, is a significant piece in Canadian numismatics. Issued during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, this coin is part of the long-standing tradition of Canadian quarters that began in 1870. The year 2011 was particularly notable for several commemorative releases, reflecting important cultural and historical themes. Let's break down the specifications of this coin. The 2011 Canada 25 cents coin features the following: the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by artist Susanna Blunt, which has been used on Canadian coinage since 2003. The traditional caribou design, a symbol of Canada, created by artist Emmanuel Hahn. Composition: the coin is made of nickel-plated steel. Weight: 4.4 grams. Diameter: 23.88 mm. Edge milled reeded. This combination of materials and design makes the 2011 quarter both durable and aesthetically pleasing. In addition to the standard issue, 2011 saw the release of several special edition quarters. These included commemorative designs celebrating significant events and anniversaries in Canadian history. One notable example is the wood bison quarter, part of the Canadian Wildlife series, featuring a stunning depiction of the wood bison. Now let's talk about the value and rarity of the 2011 Canada 25 cents coin. The value of these coins can vary based on their condition, rarity, and whether they are part of a special edition. Here's a general guide. Circulated condition $0.25, $0.50. Uncirculated condition MS61.005.00. Special edition quarters $5.00, $20.00 or more, depending on rarity and demand. Coins in mint condition or with unique features, such as the commemorative Wildlife series quarters, can fetch higher prices among collectors. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. The coin features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, on the obverse designed by Felix Schlag. The reverse showcases Monticello, Jefferson's famous Virginia state. By 1959, the Jefferson nickel had been in circulation for over 2 decades. That year didn't bring any significant design changes, but it did continue the tradition of minting millions of these nickels for everyday use. However, what makes the 1959 Jefferson nickel particularly interesting to collectors is the potential for rare varieties and high-grade specimens. Let's take a closer look at the design. On the obverse, you'll see the familiar left-facing profile of Thomas Jefferson, with the words "In God We Trust" to the left, "Liberty" to the right, and the year 1959 just below the portrait. The reverse features the image of Monticello with E pluribus unum at the top, United States of America at the bottom, and 5 cents directly beneath Monticello. The coin's composition remained unchanged from earlier years, being made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighing 5 grams. In 1959, Jefferson nickels were minted at 2 locations, Philadelphia and Denver. Coins minted in Philadelphia have no mint mark, while those from Denver bear a small d mint mark to the right of Monticello on the reverse. The Philadelphia Mint produced around 27.5 million nickels in 1959, while the Denver Mint struck approximately 160 million. Although these numbers seem high, finding high-grade examples with strong strikes and full steps on Monticello can be challenging. The full steps designation refers to the clarity of the steps on Monticello, which is a key factor in determining the coin's value. Now, let's talk about value. The value of a 1959 Jefferson nickel can vary greatly depending on its condition and whether it has the full steps designation. In circulated condition, these nickels are generally worth around face value, which is 5 cents. However, in uncirculated condition without full steps, they can range from $0.50 to $5 depending on the grade. For those elusive full steps nickels, the value increases significantly. A high-grade example with full steps can fetch anywhere from $20 to over $100 depending on the grade and the market demand. Some of the highest graded coins with full steps have even been known to sell for several $100s at auctions. 1995 Jefferson nickel. 1995, the Jefferson nickel had been in circulation for nearly 6 decades and it was still going strong. The coin maintained its classic design with only a few modifications over the years, such as slight changes in the details of Monticello and Jefferson's profile. The 1995 Jefferson nickel was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia Mint produced the largest number of these coins, identified by the lack of a mint mark. The Denver Mint coins bear a D mint mark, and the San Francisco coins produced for proof sets carry the S mint mark. The 1995 Jefferson nickel continues the iconic design. On the obverse, you'll find a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, along with the inscriptions "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the year 1995. The reverse features an image of Monticello, along with the words "E Pluribus Unum United States of America" and 5 cents. The coin is composed of a cupro-nickel alloy with 75% copper and 25% nickel. It weighs 5 grams and has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters. Its reeded edge has remained unchanged since the nickel's introduction. The mintage numbers for the 1995 Jefferson nickel are significant, with approximately 807 million coins produced at the Philadelphia Mint and about 1.2 billion at the Denver Mint. The San Francisco Mint, known for its proof coins, produced nearly 2.2 million coins, which are highly sought after by collectors for their high-quality finish. While the 1995 Jefferson nickel is not considered rare, the condition of the coin can greatly impact its value. Coins in uncirculated condition or with high grades from grading services like PCGS or NGC are particularly valuable. So what is the 1995 Jefferson nickel worth today? The value of this coin varies depending on its condition and mint mark. Circulated coins, most 1995 Jefferson nickels found in circulation are worth face value just 5 cents. Uncirculated coins in mint condition with no signs of wear can be worth anywhere from 25 cents to a few dollars. Proof coins, the 1995 S-proof Jefferson nickels, are typically valued between $1 and $5 depending on their condition. High-grade coins that have been professionally graded and received a high grade such as MS-67 or MS-68 can command higher prices, sometimes ranging from $20 to $100 or more, depending on the market. If you're looking to add the 1995 Jefferson nickel to your collection, here are a few tips. Check for errors. Some 1995 Jefferson nickels may have mint errors such as off-center strikes or die cracks, which can significantly increase their value. Look for proof sets. Consider purchasing a 1995 proof set from the U.S. Mint, which includes the 1995 S Jefferson nickel in pristine condition. Consider grading. If you have a 1995 Jefferson nickel in exceptional condition, consider having it graded by a professional service to determine its true value. 1981 Jefferson nickel. The 1981 Jefferson nickel was minted during an era when the U.S. Mint was producing large quantities of coins to meet the demands of a growing economy. This year falls within the broader series of Jefferson nickels produced between 1965 and 2003, known for their consistent design and widespread circulation. In 1981, Jefferson nickels were minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia and Denver mints produced coins for general circulation, while the San Francisco Mint produced proof coins for collectors. Philadelphia minted coins have no mint mark, Denver coins bear a D mint mark, and San Francisco proof coins feature an S mint mark. The design of the 1981 Jefferson nickel is a continuation of the classic look introduced in 1938. On the obverse, we see a left-facing profile of Thomas Jefferson with the inscriptions "In God We Trust, Liberty" in the year 1981. The reverse depicts Monticello with the inscriptions "E Pluribus Unum United States of America" and 5 cents. The coin is made from a copper-nickel composition with 75% copper and 25% nickel. It has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters and a weight of 5 grams. The edge of the coin is smooth, without any reeding. The mintage numbers for the 1981 Jefferson nickel are significant. Approximately 664 million coins were minted at the Philadelphia Mint, and around 563 million coins were minted at the Denver Mint. The San Francisco Mint produced about 4 million proof coins, which are highly valued by collectors for their sharp details and mirror-like finish. While the 1981 Jefferson nickel is not considered rare due to its large mintage, the condition of the coin can significantly impact its value. High-grade coins, particularly those in uncirculated condition or proof coins, are more valuable to collectors. 1987 Jefferson nickel. The 1987 Jefferson nickel continued the tradition of showcasing Jefferson's profile in his historic home, Monticello. This year's production came at a time when the U.S. Mint was maintaining large production runs to meet the demands of a growing population and economy. In 1987, the Jefferson nickel was minted at two primary locations, Philadelphia and Denver. The coins from Philadelphia do not carry a mint mark, while those from Denver are marked with a D. Additionally, proof coins were produced at the San Francisco Mint, and these are marked with an S. The design of the 1987 Jefferson nickel remains true to the original design from 1938. The obverse features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson with the inscriptions "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the year 1987. The reverse depicts Monticello, Jefferson's plantation home, along with the inscriptions "E Pluribus Unum United States of America" and 5 cents. This coin is composed of a cupro-nickel alloy consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters, a thickness of 1.95 millimeters, and weighs 5 grams. The coin's edge is smooth, which is consistent with the design of all Jefferson nickels. The 1987 Jefferson nickel had a substantial mintage, with nearly 654 million coins produced at the Philadelphia Mint and approximately 655 million at the Denver Mint. The San Francisco Mint produced around 4.2 million proof coins that year, intended for collectors rather than general circulation. Given these high mintage numbers, the 1987 Jefferson nickel is not particularly rare, but as with all coins, its value can vary significantly based on condition, mint mark, and whether it's a proof or regular strike coin. 1983 Jefferson nickel. The 1983 Jefferson nickel was minted during a period of significant production at the U.S. Mint, as the economy of the early 1980s saw a high demand for coins. This year was notable for its relatively high mintage numbers, reflecting the Mint's efforts to meet the needs of the growing American economy. In 1983, the Jefferson nickel was produced at two primary locations, Philadelphia and Denver. The Philadelphia minted coins do not have a mint mark, while those minted in Denver are marked with a D. Unlike some other years, no proof coins were produced in San Francisco in 1983, making this year unique in that regard. The design of the 1983 Jefferson nickel is a continuation of the classic look that was introduced in 1938. The obverse features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson with the inscriptions "In God We Trust, Liberty," in the year 1983. The reverse showcases Monticello, Jefferson's famous plantation home, along with the inscriptions "E Pluribus Unum United States of America" and 5 cents. This coin is composed of a cupro-nickel alloy made up of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters, a thickness of 1.95 millimeters, and weighs 5 grams. The coin's edge is smooth, consistent with all Jefferson nickels. The 1983 Jefferson nickel had substantial mintage numbers. Approximately 647 million coins were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, while the Denver Mint produced around 536 million coins. These high mintage numbers mean that the 1983 Jefferson nickel is not considered rare, and many examples can still be found in circulation today. Despite the large mintage, finding high-quality examples of the 1983 Jefferson nickel can be challenging due to widespread circulation. Many coins from this year exhibit significant wear, making uncirculated or high-grade specimens more desirable to collectors. Let's talk about the current value of the 1983 Jefferson nickel. The value varies depending on the coin's condition and whether it has been professionally graded. Circulated coins, most 1983 Jefferson nickels found in circulation are worth their face value of 5 cents. However, coins in better than average condition can sell for slightly more to collectors. 1984 Jefferson nickel. In 1984, the U.S. Mint produced over 1 billion Jefferson nickels across its Philadelphia and Denver facilities. Specifically, the Philadelphia Mint struck approximately 746 million coins, while the Denver Mint produced about 629 million. While these numbers might seem high, it's important to remember that not all nickels were created equal. Some coins from this year feature unique characteristics that can significantly impact their value. One of the key things to look out for in the 1984 Jefferson nickel is any minting errors or high-grade specimens. Coins that were struck off center, have a double die, or feature other anomalies can be worth much more than their face value. For instance, a well-preserved 1984 nickel with a full steps designation, a feature where the steps on Monticello are fully visible, can fetch a premium among collectors. Now let's talk value. For most circulated 1984 nickels, the value is typically around 5 to 10 cents. However, uncirculated examples, especially those graded MS65 or higher, can range from $1 to $10 depending on the coin's condition. And as we mentioned earlier, coins with full steps can command even higher prices, sometimes exceeding $50 for the right coin. If you happen to come across a rare error coin, the value could skyrocket depending on the nature and rarity of the error. So, how can you get your hands on a 1984 Jefferson nickel? Start by checking your change or going through coin rolls. You never know what you might find. And remember, even if your nickel isn't a rare variety, it's still a piece of American history that's worth holding on to. 1946 Jefferson nickel. The 1946 Jefferson nickel holds a special place in U.S. history as it was minted in the immediate aftermath of World War II. The Jefferson nickel had been introduced in 1938, featuring the same design we know today, a portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his Monticello estate on the reverse. But what's particularly significant about the 1946 nickel is that it was the first year after the U.S. Mint ceased producing the wartime silver nickels during the war. Nickel, a critical material for military manufacturing, was replaced with a silver alloy in nickels. But by 1946, the mint had returned to the traditional composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel. In 1946, the U.S. Mint produced Jefferson nickels at 3 facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia Mint led the way with over 161 million coins produced, followed by Denver with about 45 million, and San Francisco with approximately 13.5 million. Unlike the wartime nickels, these coins didn't contain any silver, and they also didn't feature the large mint mark above Monticello. Instead, the mint marks, if present, can be found to the right of Monticello. One thing that makes coin collecting so fascinating is the potential for finding rare variants or mint errors. The 1946 Jefferson nickel is no exception. While there aren't any major known errors for this year, you can still find some interesting varieties, such as nickels with misaligned dies, off-center strikes, or weak strikes that can add to a coin's value. Additionally, coins with a full steps designation, where the steps on Monticello are fully visible without any wear, are highly sought after by collectors and can command a premium. Now let's talk value. In general, circulated 1946 Jefferson nickels are fairly common and can be worth between 10 and 25 cents, depending on their condition. However, if you have a well-preserved, uncirculated coin, the value can range from $2 to $15. The most valuable examples are those that have been graded MS65 or higher with full steps. These coins can fetch prices of $50 or more at auction. Of course, if you happen to find a rare error or variant, the value could be significantly higher. If you're looking to add a 1946 Jefferson nickel to your collection, there are a few things to keep in mind. First, always check the coin's condition. Look for wear on Jefferson's face and Monticello, and see if the steps on the reverse are fully defined. If you're lucky enough to find a coin with full steps, it could be worth much more than an average nickel. You can also search for coins from each mint: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco to complete a set. And there you have it, a detailed look at the 1946 Jefferson nickel. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, this coin is a great piece of history to add to your collection. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with other coin enthusiasts. Don't forget to leave a comment below if you found any interesting 1946 nickels or if you have any questions about this coin. Until